When life gets unpredictable, preparation matters. In medicine, it's all about staying alert, ready for whatever comes through the door. On the road, it's no different. That's why Volvo designs vehicles to help anticipate risk, reduce harm, and protect lives. The Volvo XC90's advanced safety systems inspire confident decisions wherever the road takes you. The Volvo XC90, for life. Proud sponsor of the Pit Podcast. Learn more at volvocars.ca/safety.
All right, everybody, let's get you excited for a future in space. Our next guest just told me that she would buy a ticket. If she could go to space today, plop down some cash, she would say she's all in. It's our pleasure to welcome Pooneh Maghoul onto the program, professor at Polytechnique Montréal and co-founder and director of partnerships at Space Resources and Infrastructure Engineering Research Unit, ASTROLITH, right? That's what it's called?
Perfect. Yes.
Pooneh, thank you so much for coming into the studio. I appreciate it. So Polytechnique, Quebec, we are right now, we're at the forefront here when it comes to aerospace and travel into space, aren't we?
Yes, we are.
What do our listeners need to know about what's happening in Quebec right now when it comes to the future of space travel?
So many things actually are happening now from different fields. You know, when we talk about space, people think mostly about, I don't know, shuttles or something,
Yeah.
you know, all these...
I think of Star Trek. I just think of Star Trek.
Yeah,
You know, that's what I think of.
Exactly. But, you know, what we call it today, new space economy, it really goes beyond what we know about the space. I just give you an example. For example, one of the main focus right now is on ISRU.
What's that?
What is ISRU? It's In-Situ Resource Utilization Technology.
What does that mean?
It means that you want to go to space and you have no choice actually. We have to be independent from terrestrial resources. Why? Because if we bring, for example, 1 kilogram of water to the lunar surface, it costs about $1 million. 1 kilogram water, $1 million. Then we want to be independent. And that ISRU is all about finding resources in space, on the moon, process those resources, and get whatever we need to build, to breathe.
So important, not only for the moon, I imagine, but let's say you want to go to Mars, right? If you want to
even on Earth.
Yeah. Tell me why.
We have, the Arctic regions. We have northern regions. And it's really hard to bring, materials there.
Yeah.
Then imagine if we can develop a technology that can give us those cutting-edge, really, technologies that give us the opportunity to find resources we need, process them, locally, and use them for construction, for mining, for whatever.
How'd you end up in this? What is your path that leads you to being in Quebec and working on the future in space?
Yeah, I am completely outsider. In terms that I am a civil engineer, geotechnical engineer by training. I don't know if you know what is geotechnical engineering.
No, I don't. I'm a simple radio host. I know very little.
No, you're awesome. No, just listen to me. Geotechnical engineering is all about ground engineering. Everything that touches construction, mining, we can do work,
Yeah.
And you can imagine that nothing to do with the space. But I was really impressed by that astronaut footprint on the on the moon.
On the moon, yeah.
And they did some very limited geophysical testing, some very limited geotechnical testing. They brought back some regolith samples. Yeah. Regolith is lunar soil.
Yeah.
Then it's geotechnical engineering. Now the purpose is that through that Artemis program that NASA leads, they want to build the first human habitat on the moon.
We've had Jeremy Hansen, the Canadian astronaut who's part of Artemis. He's been on this program. Obviously, he's excited. For you, I guess you view this is something that we have to do. Some people, what do you say to someone who says, why should we spend money on space travel? It's a waste. We need to spend our money here on planet Earth. What do you say to someone?
I don't agree, with such things because it's not realistic. Today's, our style, life is style today. The cell phone we have, all those, medical technologies that we have, they are just resulted from Apollo missions, the investment in research and development. Then I'm here talking about technologies, developing new technologies that we can use for space and on Earth. I guarantee you, we cannot develop a technology only for space. It will never get funded. It will never, be helpful. We have to justify that, we have direct application on Earth.
There will be a payoff for us here on Earth, even if we invest on space flight, the moon, Mars, wherever.
It's like, for example, 20 years ago, 30 years ago, someone make a comment, why do we need to have smart machines? Now with AI.
Yeah.
And I am sure that even today we ask this question, how we can live without AI.
Yeah. The same thing was said about the internet, any technology, right? People always question. We're with Pooneh Maghoul, who is a professor at Polytechnique, Montréal. And just last month, there was the first Forum Quebec Spatial, a forum on space and the work that's being done in Quebec. Why don't you tell our listeners about what's happening here in Montreal, in Quebec, when it comes to the future of space travel?
Yeah, it was a great event. And I can tell you, we all celebrated our collective excellence. Everything we do. We have many space companies, in Montreal, in the Montreal region, in Quebec, I want to say in general. We have Canadian Space Agency in Longueuil, you know. Then we have now this Zone d'Innovation Espace Aéro in Montreal that try to collect all these aeronautic and space, the industry together. Then Canada now is part of this Artemis program. We have LEAP program, Lunar, LEAP, L-E-A-P.
Yeah.
P is for program, L is for lunar, and in between, I don't know. But what I want to say is that, the government of Canada tries its best to push, this space economy. And when I say space economy, we know that there are different reports, they give numbers from $40 billion to $1.8 trillion. Let's go with that $40 billion, which is a modest
sum compared to that.
I mean, I talk about $40 billion. Now the question is that what is our role in Quebec to be part of this market?
So there is a tremendous opportunity. Do you worry at times? Like now, I follow space. I love space. I love thinking about it, right? And I see all of the stuff that's happening in the U.S.
Yes.
I look at SpaceX and all of that. And boy, I'm like, why not Canada? Why we should be at the forefront,
I totally
right?
agree. That was the reason. That was the reason. I have lots of collaborations in the United States. And, in my own field, when I go there, and I'm the only Canadian that works for Americans for free. And now the question is that we share. I'm an academic. It's part of my job to share ideas, to develop things, to collaborate, to organize conferences, etc. It's part of my job. And normally we do these things for free. But now the question is that we are developing an expertise at Polytechnique Montreal. We have our research lab. We do lots of interesting things. And why not Quebecers, Canadians?
It's a new year. It's 2025.
Yes.
Right? For our listeners, what are you looking forward to this year? The next steps for Quebec and the future of space travel? We
have to, that forum in December was a very good opportunity to brainstorm. One of the things that the panels mentioned was lack of training. We're talking about a new field. We don't have specifically a program dedicated, these things. There are so many emerging science and engineering fields in this new space economy. And now we have to just, this year, our goal is to just identify some research access to have a very solid, the plan for 2025. We already have, but we just need to brainstorm further and go to that. But one of our main objectives this year is to develop, a new space program.
I'm looking forward to that. And I want to say, come back and tell us about all the progress.
I will be pleased.
All right. How much would you pay for a ticket to the moon today? What would you pay?
I told you the 1 million for 1 kilogram.
Yeah.
And this is one of the tricky things that, these governments try to push private sectors. For example, just I give you $1
million a kilogram right now?
A kilogram right now.
Man, I'd be expensive with my belly. I got to lose some weight.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't say anything, but thank you.
Pooneh, thank you so much for coming in studio.
My pleasure.
Pooneh Maghoul is a professor at Polytechnique, Montréal.